Kinging it! Talks!
I heard you want to go travelling, Bat. Then you're going to need to know how to do it.
Welcome to Kinging It Talks! This is a series where we talk everything travel. Now if you haven't seen episode 1, you need to click up here where we tell you how to save money for your trip.
Because you can't go if you've got no money.
So go and watch that one and then come back.
Just have a cuppa while you're doing that.
Hang on, we're working, but yeah. I'm fucking bad.
This is for them. While they go and see the video, I'm gonna have a cup of tea.
Oh.
In this episode, we are going to tell you exactly how to plan your ultimate trip, your ultimate adventure around the whole globe. So we're going to talk about where you want to go,
Budget.
booking your flights,
Sorting your visas.
getting insurance,
Packing your bags.
and all things travel related.
Let's go!
I wasn't watching. I'll do the maracas and you shake your boobs.
Okay, I was going to do anyway.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Feeling hot, hot, hot.
Where the fuck do you think you're going?
So you've probably got an idea of the countries that you'd like to go to. Just think of like all the amazing pictures that come up on your Facebook feed. Like you can totally go there. Just make the most outstanding itinerary that you can ever think of.
The way we did ours, I was like, I've always wanted to go to Hawaii.
Aloha.
Amy was like,
Japan!
so we like built our trip around that. So think of that place you've always wanted to go and then work around that.
Yeah, don't look at things and be like, oh, I wish I could go there. Mum, look at this. Mum, look at this. Look how good that would be. Just go there. Just book it for you and your mum. Take your mum. The world is yours for the taking.
The best thing to do is sort of plan it around where you eventually want to work. So if you are going to do that, then if you're going to work in Australia or New Zealand, work towards that end of the world. So then when you're running out of money, you can just get there and get a job.
The best way to do it is to write down like how long you want to go for. Do you want to go for a month, 6 months, 16 years? Just figure that bit out first.
So you've used the first video on how to save, so you've got your rough budget. So obviously you can't be like, I want to go for 2 years if you've only got £1,000. So be realistic with your budget, pick where you want to go and for how long.
Figure out the place where you're going to spend the most time, which is probably going to be like Southeast Asia because it's the cheapest.
Or like South America.
Look into it as deeply as you can. Don't just follow the crowd and be like, well, I'm just going to book on this bus trip and go with everyone. Proper research. Go online and look at all the best little nooks and crannies, the bits the locals go to and, you know, the secret spots and the places where nobody really goes. Make it the best trip of your life. So this is the first video that we ever made. It outlines our itinerary. So go and have a look and just look how ugly we used to be.
We look a lot younger. Traveling's weathered us a little bit.
So now you've got a little rough idea of the countries you want to go to and like the islands you want to see. You've got to work out roughly how much it's going to cost you.
So for this list of countries right here, you're looking at probably £20 per person for a hostel bed.
For these countries, you are probably looking at £5 to £10 a day if you're on a budget and you're eating free food and breakfast in the hostels.
If you've got a bit more cash and you don't want to live off noodles, then you're looking at around £20 to £30 per day per person.
You've also got to factor in transport and excursions. So if you want to do like a little bit of zorbing or a skydive or a bungee jump, you've got to think about those things and getting about. In Southeast Asia, roughly a train is about £6 from top to bottom, but in Australia it's probably going to cost you like 200-300 quid.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Might as well buy a camper.
For all of the countries listed here, you probably need a lot less money, which is great. Alright, so this is super rough because we went back in 2014, but the cheapest hostel we stayed in was £2.50 a night per person. It was great, and the most expensive was about £12, but we were getting double like private rooms.
With en-suite sometimes.
Yeah.
Daily food in Southeast Asia, you're looking at maybe like £2 for a meal, like a nice meal, sometimes £1. Cheapest meal we've had was in Bali and it cost 20 pence for a massive nasi goreng, which is a big bowl of noodles with veg.
They are really good,
Yeah.
but if you get the from the noodles, you might need to spend a little bit more. This is depending on how you want to go, but if you are eating cheaply, you can eat real cheap. You just got to find it. Or like the food stores and like the local restaurants, they'll all be super cheap food, like £1 to £2 dishes. But if you're going to go to like a posh place with cocktails and that, it's probably going to be more like European, like, you know, £7 to £15, I reckon.
But that is like top end food, like delicious, amazingly cooked food with like
real good stuff.
Custom cocktails. We went, if you ever go to Koh Samui, there's a place called the Drinks Gallery. Go there.
Really good. Try every single cocktail. So say you and your boyfriend go into Thailand for like 3 months. This is a rough idea of how much it's gonna cost.
This is a 90-day budget if you're fucking skint.
And this is a 90-day budget if you are balling.
Now this is like really rough, so don't take that much and be like, King and it told me to take this much, and then you have to like get your mum to come and get you.
Always save as much as possible. Don't be like us and get to your final destination and have £0 left. We literally got to New Zealand, had enough money for like a week's worth of hostels and food, and enough money to buy Linda the camper van, and then we had nothing. So you have to start working straight away. So don't do that. Be better than us. Now you're probably like, why the fuck are we taking their advice? Another example, if you wanted to go to America for 2 weeks, these are the workings out based on rough average prices. Quite expensive, but factor it in. If you really want to go there, then you gotta do it.
You'll make it happen. You'll make it happen.
So don't take this literally, this is just ballpark figures. You know, you have to work it out on paper just to keep on track of it. You know, you might just one day just be like, I want to just go skydiving and blow half your budget, but then you have to eat noodles for a few weeks.
Please.
Book your flights, please.
Now you've got your routes and your budget down. The best advice we can give you is to book those flights. Get it done, son. As soon as it's booked, that is the commitment then to save for your ultimate trip. How exciting is that? You'll be so excited, you'll be like, I'll just work forever. Overtime, come at me, bro.
You might have to save a little bit because you might have expensive flights, but once you've paid that money, you are in it, son. There's no getting out of it, so you've got to save your ass off. But the best part about having a budget and a plan of where you want to go is you can go into STA and be like, right, this is what I want to do. If you don't know what STA Travel is, it's a travel agency and they're really helpful. You could be like, I want to go to America, Japan, here, here and here, and they'll be like, right, we've booked your route for you, one ticket is one itinerary. Because you don't want to be faffing about, do you? You don't want to go on Skyscanner and be like, book this flight, and then you have like emails here and there.
Don't think that's cheaper either, because we did have a look how much it would be to do all our flights separately, and STA were cheaper.
But don't get sucked into their insurance or their visas or anything like that, because they do rip you off. So just get your flights and leave.
Yeah, go down Tesco's or something, innit?
Excuse me, mate, what's a visa?
So I don't think I knew what a visa was before I went on this trip. Let alone not knowing that I needed one for like every single country. Did we get them for every single country?
You have to get a visa
for every single country that we went to.
You can't just rock up to a country and just be there.
This is something you definitely got to look into. Because you're illegal otherwise.
If you're taking someone like Amy, they're not going to know this and you're going to go to jail. So make sure you've got a visa.
And if you are me, make sure you take a responsible adult that will know this kind of stuff and won't get you put in prison. You're going to need to know what visas you need in what country, and there is nothing more annoying than waiting in like a jam-packed queue or hot embassy or along the border when you could have got it in advance.
There's certain ones that you can't get in advance. I think Cambodia, Vietnam and Laos you have to get on the border. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what we did.
But if you click in our description, we'll link our write-up on this, and it says everything about visas and the cost and everything, because we're wicked like that.
Yeah, we put some links in our on our website, so if you go through to them, you'll be able to figure it out. If not, just go on Google and be like, what visa do I need for America?
Oh, she's gone!
Ouch.
For the worriers out there, don't let this put you off, but it is insane how much could possibly go wrong when you travel. You could miss your flight, you're gonna fall off a scooter, someone's probably gonna nick your mobile phone, and you could break your neck.
This ain't just your average week in Turkey, son. You might die.
When you're looking at booking your insurance, make sure it covers everything. Amy got her phone stolen, unfortunately, in Bali, and we paid a stupid amount for our insurance because we went to America, which always bumps it up.
We paid £600 each.
And they didn't cover Amy's mobile.
Ouch.
So make sure it covers all your gadgets. So if you want, I would phone them up and be like, mate, I want to cover this, this and this. So
yeah. We used Insure and Go. That was the best price for us at the time, but I would recommend using like a price comparison website. If you are a budding photographer, you might want to use camkit.co.uk, which is what we used as well. They were very good. If it's just your phone and your skull, Tesco's or something. Cheap as you like.
Always remember though, if you're going to go to America, the price is obviously going to be more because they don't have national health care. So if you break your arm and you don't have insurance,
Paying for that.
£550,000 for a new arm. So get some insurance there.
Any room at the inn, I have baby Jesus.
So there is a little knack to this. You don't just go on and go, oh, there's a nice hotel in Thailand, we'll go there. Because it might be like up north and you're down south. So you need to, no, you go, I'm not sure what I'm saying.
What you're going to want to do is you want to go, like, I want to go here. So if you go into Bangkok, for example, and you really want to see Koh San Road, it's worth a look. But you want to book somewhere that's not too close, but not too far, because you could end up like a 40-minute train ride away, and you're just wasting all that time.
And remember, you don't always have to stay in a hostel, because we used Airbnb quite a lot, which is great. And sometimes it's even cheaper than the hostels to stay in. And they've got some amazing places. And if you just click up there, you can get 20 quid off your first stay. How bloody good are we to you?
Less like that. First night we got to Japan, we were in Tokyo and we stayed in a 24-bedroom dorm. There was people snoring everywhere and it cost us £20 each. It was £40 for a night. We went on Airbnb and found our own entire apartment for £28 a night.
Living life.
Another good website we use when we're traveling is booking.com. It's usually the cheapest. What else do we use? Hostel bookers sometimes if Airbnb wasn't showing up.
Agoda.
They're
all the same, but sometimes there might be like a £1 price difference, so there might just be one hostel on one that isn't on the other, but they're all relatively similar. Sort of take on the same rule for excursions and trips and things, because if you book online, sometimes it could be a lot more expensive than going down to the harbour, meeting a local who will take you around all of the islands for a quarter of the price.
Pack your baggy little bitch. So you've saved all your money, you've got your visas, you've got your flights. Now is the exciting part of packing your bags.
You need to not take hardly anything. I know it's hard as a girl, but this is legit advice. A really good tip is to get a roller backpack. Don't just get a normal backpack, because if that Snickers bar's right down the bottom and you desperately need it, you've got to take everything out to get to it. So if you get a roller bag which zips all the way around, you don't have to always carry it, you can roll it because it's going to be heavy. And yeah, you can get the Snickers bar like that.
Don't think because you're a backpacker you have to have a proper backpack. You know, you can have a little roller and some wheels. Treat yourself. You 100% are going to want straps though, because the amount of times I had to carry this one's bag across beaches and the wheels weren't working, you have to chuck it on your back.
Sounds about that. But as for what to pack, keep it sincerely minimal. Just take a few bits and bobs. You're going to want to buy those peanut souvenirs for all the lads back at home. You're going to need the space to put that in. But when you get to Bangkok, you can buy the world if you're going to Bangkok, which you should.
We will do a separate video on what to pack and how to pack, because we feel like this is quite important.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that one. Just to summarise this section, what we're saying is, get yourself a decent bag and then we'll show you how to pack it later on.
There's shit all over the wall and I can't leave.
And this may seem a bit scary for some of you who want to plan out every single day, but you might meet some people who are like, do you want to jump on this boat with us and go to this island? And you're going to be like, oh shit, I booked 7 days in the hostel.
Plus, the hostel might look like shit. You might get there, there's feces on the wall and cockroaches everywhere. So you're like, I've already paid for like a week here, I need to go. So yeah, our tip would just be to book one night in somewhere. Scout it out, see how sexy it is. If it isn't, but if you are heading to somewhere like Koh Phangan where they do the full moon party, it does get booked up real quick. So just get anywhere, like literally just stay anywhere, because you could probably sleep on the beach anyway.
So rule of thumb is if there's a big festival or a huge event going on, you're going to want to book in advance. Otherwise, just book one day, check it out, have a little scout, and then if it's shit, you can move on. And the reason why you shouldn't always pre-book is that one night we stayed in this hostel.
Gili backpackers.
And it was on Gili Trawangan Island in Indonesia. And it was full of people just
It's a madhouse.
getting pissed. And like, we're not against that, you know, we like a good drink, but they were up to like 4 o'clock in the morning. And our
You sound like a proper
I know,
dad.
I do. Our room was literally like, there was a door and then there was the drinking area.
The table, yeah.
And they were just up all night and it was just too much and it was expensive anyway. So we paid for like 3 nights. So we were so pissed off, we left. We walked around the corner, we walked for like maybe 10 minutes and we found this hut, and this guy had like private rooms with a massive fan, aircon, and then it had an outdoor bathroom with a shower you could look up. It was amazing, and it was like quarter of the price.
I know. And he came out and he's like, "You looking for a room?" We were like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Little miracle. They brought us pancakes every morning, and we sat outside in our little we had like a little balcony area, didn't we?
Like a little tropical haven.
It was
amazing.
paradise.
And the last tip we've got for you is to get your injections before you go. Check with your local GP or find a travel clinic that can advise you on what injections you need for what country to stop you from getting all those bad diseases.
So that is it for this week's King and It Talks Travels. How do you feel? Are you excited?
You pumped, yeah.
Email us if you're going away, okay? Because I want to know, because I get super excited because I know how much of a good time we're going to have. But if you do have any questions on something that we didn't cover, drop us an email by your luck. Just write it to there and we'll try and give you as much advice as we can. And if you're feeling fruity, you can pay for us to come too. We are free for excursions and trips around the world.
And friendships.
And friendship.
Mock me. On next week's King and It Talks Travel, we will be showing you the top 10 tips for backpackers.
Find yourself funny, yeah. You're hysterical, Chris.
No, I just cocked the lineup.
Oh.
Next week is top 10 tips for backpackers, so make sure you come back and watch that one, innit?
Because you're going to need to know how to save yourself. If you get in a bad situation, we'll tell you how to save yourself.
Life skills.
And all that jazz. See you then.
Bye.
King in It. Rule your own world.
Thanks so much for watching King and It. I've been Craig. And this little carrot is Amy Bannister.
Don't say that because I've got really bad fake tan on.
If you'd like to become a patron,
Why are you being all posh for?
I'm not being posh, that's how I speak.
And we've got Snapchat. Is that going to go by there? Snapchat and Facebook and Twitter.
And Instagram.
So have a click on them and see what you like.
Please subscribe to us.
And thanks for watching. 1, 2, 3, bye! 1, Psych!
Psych!